Man, listen up. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I understand who you are. I understand where you are. Why? Because I was there before. I didn't always have things given to me on a silver platter. Things didn't always seem as good as they are right now. I know what it's like to feel like I'm broken. I know what it's like to feel like there's nothing out there for me, or to feel like I'm unappreciated. And if that's where you are right now, what I need you to do is I need you to grab that, shake it up, and get rid of it. Because there's something bigger and better for you. I'm just trying to open up your eyes to it. Everybody do this. Reach out and pretend like you grab a jar. Now take the top of that jar and I want you to take that jar and I want you to shake it up. Like if there's something in there that you just gotta get shaken up. Shake it up right now. Go ahead and shake it. Okay, now sit that jar in front of you and I want you to just twist the top off of that jar right now. Twist it off. Now what you've just done is you've reached and you've taken the top off of the lid to your potential. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take this jar, put it over your head and pour it all over you. Rub it in if you have to, like lotion or something. Because what I gotta do is I gotta get your potential all over you. I gotta get it to where your potential is running down the side of your face and it's touching your chin and it's on your arms and you can rub it in on your hands. Because if I can get your potential on the outside of you, then now you can see what I see that I know is on the inside of you. You are destined for greatness. You are meant to do great things. How dare you sit there and let all that potential go to waste? What are your dreams? What's been stopping you from your dreams? I'll tell you, it's been yourself. So look yourself in the eye and say, you can't stop me. Now tell yourself, I was built for this. No, tell yourself, I was built for this. I was made to last. This is what I was meant for. Now what I want you to do is I want you to quit sleeping and dreaming. See, my great-grandma told me this. She said, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. And if you sit there and that dream just sits there, it's going to spoil. So you need to get up and get out there and make something happen. If you ever wondered if you had it on the inside of you, I'm telling you now, greatness is there. It's been waiting for you since day one. Open the door, let greatness in, grab her by the hand, and go get your destiny. You are not built to be a failure. You were built to last. Now get out there and go do something.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Welcome into my living room. You're with me today. This is your boy Jarvis, and you are with me on my IG, my FB, YouTube TV, but it is Jarvis TV, and I have something that I want to share with you guys. So to share this stuff with you, I do have a little bit of a different look. I'm rocking one of my newer shirts. This is the all red on red, go do something shirt. Repping the home team, Washington in the building. So for those of you who know I'm from Washington, holla at your boy. You already know. Let's see what we got going. If you have questions today, definitely land those questions in the comments, and I'll try to keep up with the comments that come up. But for the most part, you read it. My topic today is forgiveness. I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. And the reason I want to talk about forgiveness is because I've had multiple conversations with multiple people. And when I say multiple, I'm talking about more than what I can count on these two hands. I only have 10 fingers. And if you want to be technical, I only have 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. But either way, the 10 is what matters. There's been more than 10 that I've come across that I've had these conversations with where people just don't understand forgiveness. They don't understand how to let things go. And so whoever that is today, my topic today is, and I put this in the comments, stop drinking poison and be great today. Stop drinking poison and be great today. So by drinking poison, what I'm saying is when you don't forgive people, it's like you drinking poison and the other person expecting them to die. It won't happen. If I drink poison, who's going to die? I'm going to die. Not the person that I'm upset with, not the person that I feel like wronged me, not the person who I'm holding this ought against. Nothing's going to happen to them. What's going to happen is that I will die. So when you don't forgive people, it's you drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. Your unforgiveness doesn't cause them to lose any sleep. You'll lose all kinds of sleep. They won't lose any sleep, but you will lose all kinds of sleep. And the reason you're going to lose all kinds of sleep is because in the back of your mind, you're upset about what this person did to you. And they have no idea that they even did it to you. And if they do have an idea that they did it to you, they don't feel bad about it enough to come and apologize for it. See, I found that people wait. They wait and they have this anticipation that somebody owes them an apology or somebody owes them an explanation as to why something happened. If you walk around with that mentality, you're going to run around with what I like to call unforgiveness, and unforgiveness is not going to do anything but hurt you in the long run. I want to encourage you today that no matter what you have going on in life, to let those things of the past go. Let me tell you how unforgiveness works. See, unforgiveness is not necessarily you holding on to what a person did to you. It's you holding on to the emotion that you feel based off of the thought that reminds you of what happened in that moment. Let's say, and let me just give you a scenario. Let's say that somebody walks up to you and they slap you, just right across the face, just slap you. In that moment, you feel the pain, right? That person leaves, a day goes by. Does your face still hurt? No, it don't hurt. And if your face does hurt, then we need to sign that person up for like UFC or something, because that means that they got that lightning and that thunder all in one punch. But when the person slaps you, you only feel it in that moment. Now, when you think about it, you remember what happened, right? And when you remember what happened, the emotion behind what you were feeling when it happened comes back. If you did not respond in that moment when that person slapped you, then you held on to it. And now you're dealing with what is called unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is just that simple. It's just you remembering what somebody else did to you, or a situation that happened, or a scenario that you were in, and you remember how you felt. And when you start to remember how you felt, it's those feelings that you had in that moment that you're holding on to, that you haven't let go. So if you were angry in that moment, then guess what? When you think about that situation that happened, you're going to be angry all over again. And when you're angry all over again, guess what happens? That's right. Your blood starts to pump. You start to boil. You're starting to release toxins into your body, because it's not like you're getting an adrenal flow that's going. You're getting an angry, like, I'm releasing all these toxins in my body type of a situation. If it was a relationship, and I've been there before, I remember, let me talk about my first love. Man, when we broke up, I was heartbroken. It hurt. I'm talking about, I remember not even leaving my room for like a week straight. I remember calling her mom and just asking her mom, like begging her mom to talk to her, and just have her talk to me and tell her that we deserve to be together. So what ended up happening is, for at least a solid year after our breakup, every time I thought about her, my heart hurt. I felt sick to my stomach. I lost my appetite. My emotions started to go all over the place, right? What was happening? I was reliving the moment that she broke up with me. Now, the healthy thing that happened is when I just let it all go. When I said, hey, you know what? She's not for me. There's more fish in the sea. You know how the story goes. And I just moved on with life. I went through the same thing in so many different scenarios in my life. And that's how I was able to start to understand how unforgiveness worked. So when I started to understand how unforgiveness worked, I was like, you know what? Let me just start letting things go. But let me give you a key. This is a key of something that helped me to understand how unforgiveness works. See, there's this book that I love to read, and I read this book just about every day. Right? It's been around for a long time. I'm talking about, it's a bestseller. It's been around for like almost 2,000 years, y'all. Matter of fact, 2,000 plus. And this book, maybe you've heard of it. It's called the Bible. All right. And in the Bible, there's a passage that says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay." So what is that saying? That's God saying that I don't have to worry about like causing revenge on anybody, because he's going to take care of the revenge that needs to happen to that person on my behalf. That's what it says. It says, vengeance is his, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. So I held on to that. Then I started reading a little bit further. All right. And as I read a little bit further, one of the things that popped up is there was a scripture that came up that said, cast all your cares on me, or cast all your cares on him, and he will sustain you. Cast all your cares on me and I will sustain you. So God's saying that I can take every emotion that I feel. He's saying that I can take every feeling that I have on the inside of me. He's saying that I can take every thought that I have. He's saying that I can take every trouble that I feel like is troubling me, and I can take it and I can say, hey, God, here you go, boom, and throw it at him, and he'll take it and just lay it at his feet. So it says that he'll sustain me. You know what it means to be sustained? It means that you will be kept in high regard. It means that you will be kept steady. It means that you will be kept living and breathing. So when I learned those two things, I was like, yo, so maybe this forgiveness piece is a little easier than what I thought it would be. So then I started putting it into practice. There were people who did things to me in my past. There were people who, when I was a child, unfortunately, I was molested as a child. If I knew the person, then I reached out to them and I just said, hey, listen, you know, I'm not calling you with any ill regard or anything of the sort. I just want you to know I forgive you. There were people who walked out of my life, and they were adults who walked out on me that I held unforgiveness against. They didn't know that I didn't forgive them, but I called them. I said, hey, listen, I just want you to know that I forgive you. And as I started to forgive these people, and it was just a word at first, because I still remember, just because you forgive, you don't forget. A lot of times people feel like, oh, when I forgive, I'm going to forget everything that happened and I'll be numb to it all. No, that don't happen. That is not reality. What happens is when you forgive somebody of something, you're letting them know that you're letting it go, and it's up to you to make the proper steps or take the proper steps to completely forgive that person. And to completely forgive that person means that whenever that thought comes that tries to remind you of what happened, you remind yourself that everything is okay. There's nothing to worry about, that you've given it all up, that it doesn't even bother you anymore. It'll keep your stress level down. It'll keep your anxiety levels down. It'll keep your toxicity on the inside of your system down, and it'll help you to think clearly. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about in this. Matter of fact, let me show you this. Let me show you something really quick. So I got a few people that are keying in. What's up, Shantra? Holding it down. She said we talking about the Bible. That's right. She let us know. And then we got promises. Oh, what's up, girl? How you doing? Forgiveness is key. Yes, it is. It's absolutely key. So let me show you this. So maybe you can see it. Maybe okay. Do you see that little? Right, there's a scar like right here. Matter of fact, let me show you an easier one. Right here on my hand, right there, there's a scar. All right. Now I can tell you exactly what happened. This scar came. It was in a football game. I'm starting on the varsity squad. I'm running the ball as a quarterback. I'm coming around the corner and I get tackled and I hit the turf and I get turf burn. Now, just me saying it, it probably caused you to grit your teeth a little bit because you know the pain of getting a rug burn, a carpet burn, a turf burn, or even a burn of putting your hand on something hot. That's what it felt like. And I remember the entire game, I was like, Coach, can you just wrap it? Because it hurts. It hurts. And we had a pretty good game. We didn't win that game, but I played an absolutely amazing game. All right. So I have this scar right now. I will tell you, this scar I received more than 20 years ago. To this day, when I look at this scar on my wrist, I remember exactly what happened. I remember the score of the game. I remember how many yards I had in the game. I remember how well my team played. I remember how excited my coaches were. I remember what the TV commentators were saying. I remember all of this stuff. I even remember what it felt like a little bit. But when I touch it, there's no pain. There's nothing there. Why am I showing you that about my scar? Because in your life, you're going to have things that are going to happen. You're going to have things that are going to cut you deep. You're going to have things where people are going to do things to you and you're not going to be able to even comprehend why they felt it necessary to do what they did. But it's up to you to let it go. Your unforgiveness is going to cause you to die. Remember what I said. Holding on to unforgiveness is like you drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. Now, when you let it go and you forgive that person and you say, hey, listen, I forgive whoever it is, you don't have to speak directly to that person to let them know that you forgive them. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a little tool that I've used myself. It's a little technique that I've used to forgive people in my life that I just don't have contact with. So I sat down and I took a piece of paper and I said, I forgive. And I wrote down every name of every person that I needed to forgive. And then I stood up and I took that piece of paper and I held it in front of me and I said, okay, so and so, I forgive you. I let it all go. So and so, I forgive you for what you da 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 da. I let it all go. So and so, I forgive what you did da da da. And I read down the entire paper and I forgave every single person on that paper. The next thing that I did is I took that piece of paper and I balled it up. All right. When you ball it up, there's one or two things you can do. You can just throw it away, which is a sign of you saying, hey, this is just a symbol saying, listen, I forgive these people and I'm letting it go. Or you could take it, sit it on the grill, sit it in the fireplace, whatever you want, and light that mug on fire. For me, I sat it on the grill and I lit it on fire. And the reason I sat it on the grill and I lit it on fire is because I personally needed to see something that gave me a visual of me letting those things go, and I burnt it up. And the other thing that I took from that is there's a scripture in the Bible, this book that I've been talking about, that says that he gives us beauty for our ashes. So I figured, hey, why not give my unforgiveness as a bunch of ashes so God can give me back beauty on the other end? Now, some of you may be watching this and you may be like, well, man, what if I don't believe in God? I hear you talking about God this and God that and, all this other stuff. Hey, that's fine. You don't have to believe in God. Let me tell you this. For those people who think like that, you may think it's the universe. You may think, I don't know what you think, but the principle still applies. If you hold on to unforgiveness, you're going to release toxins in your body. If you hold on to unforgiveness, you're going to cause your own hair to fall out. If you hold on to unforgiveness, you're going to cause yourself to get sick. If you hold on to unforgiveness, your immune system is going to fall. You know why? Because all of those poisons that are being released in your body are affecting you and not the person who you need to forgive. You don't have to call these people. And some of you may say, well, what if I don't feel like I forgive them? Hey, listen, there's a thing called faith. It's called take a step. So if I take a step back, I'm still taking a step. If I take another step back, I'm still taking a step. If I take another step back, I'm still taking a step. Eventually, I'm going to get so far back that I can't move anymore because I'm going to be at my back wall. But what I need you to do is I need you to mentally make those steps. So you saying I forgive is you taking a step. You saying I forgive again is you taking a step. You're making progress. You see what just happened? I move back, I move forward. You're going to make that same progress in your life as you just make the statement, I forgive. You have to let these things go, you all, because holding on to unforgiveness is like you drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. It's just not going to work. I'm telling you, I'm not making this stuff up. Trust me when I tell you, you have to forgive. And check out what we got. Forgive so that you can move forward in peace. That's absolutely right. Unforgiveness will keep you bound up. Let it go. You better do like what's her name? Elsa. Let it go, let it go. I don't know the rest of the words to the song, but you know what I'm talking about. Disney, they hit it every time. So you got to let it go, you guys. Let that unforgiveness go. I'll say it one last time. Unforgiveness, your unforgiveness is like you drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. So that's what I got for you guys. Um, don't be laughing at me, y'all. Okay, you can laugh at me, but that's what I got for you guys. The last thing that I want to do is I definitely want to tell you about the fundraiser that we have going on. We are raising funds for Go Do Something, the Jarvis C. Henderson Group, and the Impact Team. So with this fundraiser that we're doing, we have a goal of $50,000. And even that's not enough to do what we need to do, but I needed to set the bar somewhere. And I believe that there are so many people that are out here who want to help, who want to contribute to lives being impacted and lives being changed. And so I'm reaching out to each and every one of you and asking for your assistance. There's different ways you can do it. You can do it through Cash App, and the Cash App is JC Henderson Group. So it's the $ JC Henderson Group. You can also do it through PayPal. If you'd like to do it through PayPal, go ahead and DM me so I can send you the PayPal link. Or you can go ahead and you can hit, if you're one of those people who's like, yo, I need a tax deductible type of situation to be able to write this thing off, then you can go ahead and hit the GoFundMe and it'll tell you a little bit more about it. But the whole purpose of this is because, one, we want to give scholarships away to young men and young women in high school and in college. You notice I said in high school, there are a lot of kids out here who just don't have the funds to be able to get their school supplies. Their parents just don't make enough money. I mean, COVID affected everybody. So I want to be able to contribute to that. So if that's you, please go ahead and go right to that link right there and donate. We could use all of your help. We can use all of your assistance. We want to help college students. There are a lot of college students that are getting back on campus and they need help with their books. They need help with their housing. We want to give to that. There's mentoring programs. We have a few nonprofit programs that we're going to help. There's a women's mentoring program for young ladies that we definitely have an eye on, that we want to give some money to, some funds to help out with what they have going on. There's another nonprofit that works directly with children that we want to give to them as well to help what they have going on. But again, we need you to help us so that we can help others. Then there's giving back to those that are in need. With COVID, even before COVID, unfortunately, there were a lot of families who just needed groceries. They needed help with their bills. They needed some assistance. And so that's what this is about. This is about raising money to be able to go back out and contribute to these families in need. I will be posting a video that will show some of the stuff that I did over COVID. I got a bunch of food, boxed it all up, and took it out to about 5 or 6 different families all over the area. I mean, I must have been on the road driving around for about 6 hours, just making sure that we could get this food to these families who are in need. And so please make your contributions today. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. You see it right there on the screen. That's where you go and donate. I appreciate it. Our impact team appreciates it. And so does the Jarvis C. Henderson Group. They appreciate it as well. And so with the branding, Go Do Something. You can get your shirts at jarvishenderson.com. Go check them out. This is one of our newer shirts, so it hasn't hit the website just yet. So if you like the red, then let me know. I got a black on black as well. But go check it out, jarvishenderson.com. Get your shirts. Hey, this is your boy Jarvis, and I just want you to know that you are absolutely amazing. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for jumping on here and watching this and getting a good word for the day. Unforgiveness is like you drinking poison expecting the other person to die. It's not possible. All right. So, what I want you to do is take that little technique that I gave you, write the names of those people down on a piece of paper that you feel like you need to forgive. And I want you to say, I forgive. And I want you to say every single person's name. Then ball that paper up, either throw it away or sit it on the grill and light it on fire so that you can get rid of it. Let it go. Get your peace. Be great today. Hey, this is your boy Jarvis. You with me on my IG, my FB, and YouTube, but it's still Jarvis TV. And I want you to have an amazing, blessed evening. Holla at your boy. We'll jump back on here again tomorrow. Talk about something different. I'll holla at you. Have a great evening, y'all. Peace.